Hello and welcome to Bernie Curran Oval here at the University campus, Callaghan campus here at the University of Newcastle. G'day, it's Paul Arundel with you for the men's B-grade clash between the University Seahorses and the Kersley Crushers. Joining me in commentary is Dave Weil from the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. Good evening, Dave.
Yeah, good evening, Paul. And as usual on these Friday night fixtures, it's a cold one again, but it's quite pleasant. I'd be expecting a pretty good game of football. We've got one team, University, which is entrenched into the semi-finals, and Kersley, which is unfortunately for them not going to play in the back end of the season. But I'd expect a spirited encounter tonight. The Kersley boys, I just walked past them as I was taking their photo for their end of season photo. I take it around the corner there, and they're pretty pumped. So I'd expect a pretty good showing, particularly early on. Uni coming off 5 wins on the trot, so they'll be hard to beat.
So, referee Tom Aylett for tonight, former Newcastle Rugby League Grand Final referee, doing the big game of Newcastle Hunter Rugby League.
Yeah, it's a big stepping stone in his career tonight, I would have thought. And just while the referees are giving their pre-game chat to the players, I'd just like to give a shout out. It came to my attention this week that one particular young bloke has been a regular watcher of Friday night, Quizmasters Friday Night Football, young Joey Power at Lambton. If I could say a good thank you to you, I'm led to believe he's watched now all 14 games. So well done, Joey. It's supporters like you that keep us going.
So both teams are out there on the field, and looks like Uni will kick off. Quickly go through the Uni team. Mears is at fullback, Young and Duggan are the wings, Goodfellow and O'Brien are in the centres, Rowe and Kersley are the halves, Mills and Sangster are the front rowers, Hayes is the dummy half, Remington Jones is the back rowers, Mitchell at lock, the reserves are Daniels, Neal, Field, Clark, Doolan.
And just very quickly, the Kersley side is Jared McGregor, Matthew Gossage, Thomas Hutton, Aaron Commons, Daniel White. The halves are Dale and Fabian Dunstan has come in at number 7. Props are Bailey Peel, Aaron Hitchcock. Nicholas Pringle is the hooker, Cody Peel, Joshua O'Brien and Rich Sherlock make up the back row as we kick off.
And we're straight underway with the big front row, Pringle charging forward. Wrapped up in the 20-metre line. So all front rowers, they strive to get to that 20-metre zone. So, good start from the Crushers. So it's like Remington will play the ball. Come this short side again. Oh, solid contact there. Still going there is Quams. Just short of the 40-metre zone. So it's a lock forward. And Sherlock. A few number changes. We're just trying to get them right as we get through this. It's always a battle. It's a very good kick. It's well taken. Well, he's spilled it behind him, Young. Give the winger a wrap.
That's a Dave Wild special, that one.
So White is picked up, put down on the turf, as gentle as possible. Good solid start from both teams.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure in the last couple of weeks, Paul, or probably 3 or 4 weeks of watching the Uni side play, and this fella in particular has been very strong. Bobby Jones at the back or the right end edge for Uni, the back row, been very strong. Their halves, Johnny Rowe and Tyler Kearse have been strong as well.
Sounds like the she-horses are just doing some extensions or some panel beating work downstairs. That's what that bashing is. If you can hear that coming through the microphone. As McGregor goes for a run. He's gone straight through Jared McGregor. And the winger, Brett Young, brings him down on halfway. Had to be made. Could have been penalised for a second effort, but the referee lets it go. As Hutton gets over the 40-metre line. So, this is Brian. Some good metres here from the Crushers.
Yeah, they've started well.
This is Sherlock. We called a Kersley v Dudley game early this year, and Rich Sherlock, he was very busy. So put it on the toe. It's Hutton. And it looks like he's going to beat everyone. And we'll come out to the 20 for a restart.
Yeah, that's a poor finish. That was a good set leading up to that last tackle. And unfortunately, they give away a 7-tackle set now. Gives Uni an opportunity to get some field position.
It was almost spilt there. So, students very busy early. So that was Remington. A few guys have had a haircut in the uni since the last time I called them. A few different. Kersley, still got the long ponytail. Jonesy's hairstyle never changes. Just short of the 40 metre. Good fellow waits for it at dummy half. Goes to Kersley. That's Rowe with the headgear. And Remington will take this to the 40 metre line. So they come this short side again. Rowe will put this on the toe. McGregor's back there, picks it up. It's very well taken by McGregor as he makes another line break. Jared McGregor, very good tackle. And a touch there for Ben Remington.
Had to be made. I reckon he had another 70-odd metres in him. McGregor, in that game you alluded to a moment ago, the Kersley-Dudley game, Jared McGregor on that particular night in particular was outstanding. Some really strong runs, and that was a good sign of it there. Couldn't quite break that last tackle. Had he have, I think it was 6-0 to Kersley.
So, first scrum of the night. Rowe will feed it. Back underway. Mears dances around. Oh, almost gets through. Just brought down. 2 tacklers in there for the Crushers. Back in centre field, Kersley. This is Jones. Looking to get the offload away. The defence is there to wrap him up. Pringle in the tackle. Also Cody Peel. So it's the lock forward. Mitchell. Hayes at dummy half. They go left. Short pass to Rowe. Here's Jones. Runs to the line. The defence is there to wrap him up. Coymes in the headgear. Hayes comes his short side again. Lovely cut-out pass, but almost an intercept there by the halfback, Fabian Dunstan. There's a late jersey change. You had him penciled in at jersey 14, but now in the number 7 jersey.
Yeah, good opportunity here for University to take advantage of... was unfortunate again. That goes to hand at 6-0 to Kersley again.
Here's Kersley. Goodfellow. He's through. Nick Goodfellow. He went through basically untouched. And Uni get the first try of the night here on Quizmasters Trivia Friday Night Footy. And, well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yes, worryingly so from the Kersley side. They've, as I said a moment ago, they'd started the game well, but... they are out for the season. You wonder how long that enthusiasm can last for. I would have hoped it would last longer than 5 minutes, but I guess we'll see. They just need to regroup now. As I said, this is a pretty strong University side tonight, probably the strongest they've put on the field all year. Loading up for the semi-finals next week. I think they give themselves a reasonable chance of taking the B-grade title from either 4th or 5th, although if results go their way this weekend, they could finish as high as 3rd, which would be very advantageous for them.
So Kersley, basically right in front of the post, will line this one up. Make it 6-0, you would think. So there's a good crowd, not around us here, but around the fence line. We're up high in the second level here at the University in luxury. As Kersley as the extra, so it's 6-0. And so Crushers will start this game behind.
University now leads 6 points to 0.
So the referee gets us back underway. Nice good kick down on that far side. Well taken there from Kersley. And well, it's been spilt and picked up again from field. Rowe. Oh, it's been spilt there. It's been picked up. There's a chance here for the Crushers. Bodies everyone's been stolen back, but the referee's going to rule a penalty.
I think that was a 12-person strip, that one. He only a little bit more than one.
So, just waiting for the ball, and we'll get back underway as Nicholas Pringle will gets the restart going. Gives it to Bailey Peel. Bailey Peel trying to spin around, trying to break free. He's over the line. The referee's going to say he's held up. So, take two here for the Crushers. They come to this right-hand side. Cuts out a few, and Rowe was there to make the tackle on Peel. So another quick play. The ball is from dummy half. They're over. Nicholas Pringle gets the Crushers back into it. 6-4 with the kick to come. And the defence just laid off him there.
Yeah, they did. That was soft, but not unlike what we saw at the other end only a few moments ago. So Kersley, thanks to a mistake from the uni side, are on the board. Kick to come, 6-4. How'd you like that, Joey?
So Nicholas Pringle will try to attempt to convert his own try. Interesting. There's a good vantage point there behind the goalpost. Not sure if the camera can pick it up on the fourth level. Someone watching the game from the window. Big shout out. Maybe he's watching the stream. He just walked away from the window.
Why wouldn't you?
Hush on the crowd again. A few on the terrace to our right. Pringle strikes it nicely. It's going dead straight, but across the face, so it remains 6 points to 4 here on the Quizmasters Trivia Friday night footy. This is the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League. I hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are. Paul Arundel and Dave Wild in commentary tonight. So Kersley, deep kick-off. Cody Peel had to go back to take it. And the referee's seen a little bobble there from, it's from the number 10, Aaron Hitchcock. And so just not what Crushers wanted, was to give the ball away easy.
That's a coach killer, that one. Always got to complete that first set. They didn't even complete the first tackle. It's pretty much the same blade of grass with which they scored in the first few minutes, so we'll see what they've got this time.
Kersley's with it. Looking for Goodfellow. He's a bit wider this time, but it goes out to Young. The defence is there, and they're going to try and throw him in the touch, which they do. So a good comeback there from Kersley. And we'll have another scrum.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a stop-start start to the game thus far. A few mistakes. It's probably good for the big fellas. There's a couple particularly on the Kersley side that a little wide girth, but anyway, they've had a bit of a spell, so we're back into it.
So back underway. Dunstan will take the tackle, play it. Bit of a scamper from dummy half, but the ball's still going as they go through the hands. This is Coimbs, met by his opposite number in O'Brien. So the gap changes. It's gone to ground again, so we'll have another scrum. So first couple of sets were brilliant from both teams, and now we're seeing a couple of mistakes creeping in from both teams.
Well, they can't blame the conditions. It's a beautiful night, a little chilly, but not as bad as what it's been from some of the other games we've done during the course of the year. And the ground looks in pretty good condition for this time of year. think it's just poor execution this time. I think they'll find their groove.
This is Mears. Gets away from 1, 2, third attempt. The ball's come loose. Could have been a strip. That's how the referees ruled it, so it's just play on. This is jersey 22. I believe that's Thomas Field. We've got 23 on our sheet. But we'll say that's Thomas Field in 22.
If it is, there's some big raps on him. Very keen to have a look at him play.
So Hayes at dummy half. Good short pass. A very good tackle on Sangster. Clipped by the knees. Rowe. Another short pass here to Remington. Remington thought he was going to get a hand free there. Slow play the ball. Here's Field. The defence is there. They wrap him up. So they're going backwards on that play. Looks like Field's a bit hurt after that tackle.
Field is, please. Thomas Field.
So he hasn't moved. So this is not good for University or Thomas Field. So this is the last game of Quizmasters Trivia Friday Night Football for the year. And Thomas Field's back on his feet, which is good. Good news. Back underway. This is Kersley. Finds Bobby Jones. The defence is there to wrap him up. Hutton was in the tackle. So they go the short side again. Kersley puts it on the toe. It's almost got through. But McGregor's there to pick it up. It's been stolen back. So University should get 6 to go here. Hayes is still going. So Rowe will go into dummy half. And now we've got a penalty. Well, almost had everything there in that passage of play.
And I think that's Thomas Field that's come onto the field now.
In
Pardon the pun,
23.
in 23. I'm not sure who the 22 was. I've just set our able assistant to find out.
Apologies to the Field family. There's Kersley. Short pass there to Sangster. Sangster's almost through. He's over. And the Seahorses get their second try of the night. Daniel Sangster, the try scorer. University 10-4 with the kick to come.
Yeah, a little bit of a hint of an obstruction there. I thought the 23, which was Field, which has come up in discussion a couple of times the last couple of minutes in various guises, but certainly ran an inside line there, and it looked live like it was a little sus, but the referees watched it, seen it, and given the try. So it makes for zero conversation now.
That's it. So referee just having a chat to Thomas Hutton there. Maybe just explaining to him what he saw, but it's all fish and chip paper now as Tyler Kersley will look to add the extras. So just to the left of the uprights.
That was the second try the Uni scored by the number 10, Daniel Sangster.
Well,
I think he's missed that.
He has. He's had a Barry Crocker there, Tyler Kersley. So it remains 10 points to 4.
And the number 7,
Well, we've heard the tone, you could throw it over. I actually think I could from there, but well, I can't throw it very far, mind you.
So we'll get back underway. 10-4. Shallow restart. It's allowed to bounce. Young picks it up. Runs straight into the defence and he's just barreled into the turf. Here's Bobby Jones. Met heavily there by Sherlock and Hitchcock. Sounds like an English novel. So this is Field.
I wouldn't know, Paul.
Good tackle around the legs there from Joshua Bryan. Here's Kersley. Oh, solid contact, and he gets away from the tackles, Mitchell. Jack Mitchell, one of the small lock forwards of the competition, but he certainly has a go as Kersley gets the kick away, but straight down the throat of Jared McGregor. McGregor 35 out from his own line. It's a bit of a run from dummy half there. It looks like that's Bailey Peel on that far side. So Dunstan. Not used to this height here at this ground. Used to calling it from the side of a ute. Another good shot there on Sherlock. Field. Good contact around the ribs. This is Hutton. Hutton's still going in the tackle. He's eventually dragged to ground just short of the 30-metre zone. Last tackle now for the Crushers. Goes back to Dunstan for the kick. He puts it high. Mears is under it. Here comes the defence. It's just allowed to bounce. Mitchell's there to clean it up on the 10-metre line.
Yeah, didn't have much to do with that, Uni. I suppose it was a tough one under pressure. But, they've managed to get the ball back. Now they've got to work it out. They're certainly showing some enthusiasm. Kersley, they're mussing up. I'm not sure how long it's going to last in terms of whether it'll go back deep into the game, but they're certainly showing some fight at the minute.
Well, this is Hayes. Gets the ball free to Rowe, and now it's Field. Look out for Jack Hayes to make some darts from dummy half. He's very dangerous for the Seahorses. This is Field. Just short of halfway. Last tackle now for the University side. Goes back to Johnny Rowe. Tries to get that over the winger on that far side, but he does take it well. Big winger on that far side. It's like Matthew Godsey.
He is a big boy.
Brett Plowman.
Corey Oates. It's been plenty of good ones over the years. And Corey scored 3 tries last night, actually.
So that's Matthew Gossage that will play the ball there. A few changes. Jersey 15, Ryan Evans out there on the field, so a few subs. Probably one of the biggest subs of the night, just about to make his way onto the field. Ethan Hodson. Now we get a penalty to the Crushers. So Dunstan will find touch. Not a bad kick. So just short of the 20-metre zone. So a great opportunity here for the Crushers. As Pringle gets us underway. Here's Sherlock. Another solid contact. Very good tackle there. Jack Daniels on the field. Here's Peel. Bailey Peel. Getting over the 10-metre zone. Crushers, are they building something here? Slow play the ball. Here's Dunstan, runs to the line. Linking up with Sherlock. Oh, he spilt the ball. And now Sherlock didn't like something in the tackle.
Well, Sherlock and Clark were locked together the tackle before, and I almost said he needs to concentrate on the attack. They're nearly over the line, and then he drops the ball. But as it turns out, they've got a penalty. So they've got another set of 6 to have a crack, but probably need to concentrate more on the attack when they're in that position on the field.
Well, here they go. Through the hands is Hutton. Hutton gets away from Goodfellow, but he comes again, and Bobby Jones is in there to help him out. It's like Kersley around the legs. So they're right on the University try line here. Slow play the ball.
I think that's
Gets
Sherlock
back to Dale.
That's Sherlock coming to the sideline now, actually.
We've got a penalty here. And a bit of biff happening between, it looks like Peel, looks like there's a couple of ones being thrown. Here we go. Last Friday night football for the year, and the boys are into it.
Someone's gone out the back. I think that's Jared Clark from a distance.
So it looks like the referee's just clearing him out now. Bailey Peel was in there. So we'll wait and see what the referee's verdict is here. Touchy's in on the far side. Yeah, you just had a busy week at the judiciary. You don't want another busy week before the semi-finals, do you?
We certainly do not. But yes, it was a busy one. We're hoping not to have the same result. I didn't see a lot in that particular incident. I think there was a couple of punches, but I certainly don't think anything of any venom. I wouldn't have thought it's worth any more than perhaps maybe 10 in the bin. We'll see what, and that's exactly what the referee Aylett said. So
Bailey Peel will get a 10-minute rest.
I suspect it looks like that's Thomas Field, I think, from a distance, and I'd reckon he might get the same dosage.
So Bailey Peel just making his way to the sideline now. I think he was due to have a rest, actually. I think Ethan Hodson was going to come on the field to replace him, and now Thomas Field also gets 10 in the bin.
Well, it's an enforced rest, but unfortunately he can't be replaced for that 10 minutes.
So both teams down to 12 for the next 10 minutes. And we're just going to wait to see which way the penalty goes.
Well, I think the penalty was already blown to Kersley prior to the melee. It looks like he's going to maintain that.
So referee Aylett having plenty to say. Just letting the boys know who's in charge tonight. As Pringle's got it, he'll look for get us back underway. So we are. This is Evans. Runs hard into some solid defence from Clark. The ball's come loose. I'll tell you what, the Crushers defence charged in there. I thought it was going to erupt again.
He'll like that, Jared Clark. He was at the centre of that melee a few minutes ago, and I think he'll take some pleasure out of that tackle.
So our scrum will pack on the 20 metre line. Alex Davey in 17 for the Crushers. Turned up late, forgot his shorts. So Kersley will play it back underway. He's Mears. Runs to the line. He's met by McGregor. Still trying to get away, but he's eventually wrapped up. Here we go. So come this short side. Another good run here. Clark.
He's a good front rower, Clark, Paul. He's an unlikely looking front rower, but he's got some ability.
Rowe was lined up there from Dunstan. So this is Mitchell. Daniels, in fact. Goes back to Kersley. Out to Jones. Oh, almost an intercept there from Nicholas Pringle. Now he's just kicked it away. So now we're going to have to wait 20 minutes for a ball to return. So the poor old ball boy has to run over the other side of the oval to clean it up.
Well, that's 3 they've missed now. I reckon at least 2 intercepts and possibly 3. But that was a tough one, as the other one was too. But if they go to hand and they stick, they look pretty spectacular, and they're easy points. Fortunately, it means another set of 6 to the university side as Kersley feeds the scrum.
He's Rowe. So Brian gets over halfway, and we've got a penalty for offside. No, it's for a head-eye tackle. I got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Plenty. So Uni just getting piggybacked down into Kersley's territory.
We've got an expert referee analyst, Matt Spohr, here in the crowd, so we might ask for some expert advice at some point.
So that's Clark. Hayes at dummy half. Here is Remington. Remington almost through. Good line. Look for a quick play of the ball. They do get it. Here's Kersley. Dummies. Goes out the back to Mears. Mears links up with Goodfellow. He's looking for his second try of the night. Nick Goodfellow, he beat a couple, and he's just brought down a metre short. Hayes at dummy half. Defence moved up pretty quick there, but it looks like it's play on. The referee's ruled.
Wow.
So
looked early to me.
Crushers very lucky there. So now they'll bring this out of their own territory. Oh, solid contact there. Kersley on, looks like it's Cody Peeler on that far side. So this is Evans. Pops the pass away, so the Crushers still with it. Now they kick it away.
Oh, it's got a good bounce. Oh,
very well taken there from Duggan. Gossage, well, I'm not sure if Gossage could really do anything about that. He's going for the ball and managed to take Duggan. But the referee doesn't see it that way, and it's a penalty.
I've got to say, Paul, I probably don't either. But I thought he played the ball. He played the player before he had the ball. Then I presume that's what the penalty's for. Our able assistant is nodding. The expert referee. We might be able to catch this in the crowd. Not quite.
It's going past us. I thought Dale, the cameraman, was a chance then. Join an elite squad of Bar TV cameramen that have taken some classic catches over the years.
Not if he's got hands like me, he won't.
That's an in-joke for the Bar TV boys. Here's Remington.
Good shot, Cody.
Hayes waits for it at dummy half. This is Clark. Good meters again there from Jared Clark. Hayes takes the ball. Wrapped up there from Combs.
I'd like to see the 7 straighten up a bit here. He's played a bit sideways tonight.
Oh, Clark, he's met heavily there. Desperation tackle.
He's going to get an opportunity here. No, he's not. The referee's going to blow time out.
Played down in the foreground here. Can't quite pick up the. It looks like it's Cody Peel. So the referee's just called time off here. Jared Clark, he ran a heavy line and just copped a stray, elbow, accidental. Just getting the wind back into the lungs. This will probably help both teams who are just looking for a breather.
Yeah, it was, as we said, the first probably 5 or 10 minutes was a mistake-a-thon, and the last 20's been reasonably mistaken error-free. So it's probably taking its toll fitness-wise on a few of these guys.
So we get back underway. Here's Kersley, finds Jones, gets the pass back to Kersley. He dances around, steps, finds Mears, links up with Goodfellow. Goodfellow gets away from a couple again.
Oh, he's dropped it. Oh!
Well, that didn't look good.
No.
Tackle's gone wrong, and the Crushers players charge in again.
Bobby Jones lies down in the background. Got injured from that play, the play before. Well, a good decision, but from a distance, that tackle did not look certainly above the horizontal or beyond the horizontal. Tyler Kersley probably getting a little bit frustrated. They've had a few opportunities in here. They haven't really been able to progress significantly from those early few minutes.
So Pringle restarts the game. Oh, another solid contact. There's Daniels in that one. So Crushers throw the ball around quickly. The defence of the University boys are there, so he's wrapped up in the 40-metre zone. They're looking for a quick play of the ball. They don't get it. This is Dale running to the line, pops the pass. And they're still going here, the Crushers. So finally, wrapped up in the 40-metre zones, Pringle. Gossage at dummy half. Dunstan puts it on the toe. Davies chasing through, but Mears is back there to pick it up. Gets away from the first tackle, Mears, and a second. A high shot there from Davey. Mears is still going, and now he's wrapped up and dumped onto the ground. Interesting passage there. As the Crushers are getting a bit, enjoying the local scenery down here from the support, the crowd. Jones looks like he's recovered. Gets the pass away to Rowe. linking up with Daniels. Gets tackled on the 40-metre zone. I'll come this short side again. Rowe to the line. Hits Remington. So does the defence of Davey. On the 30-metre line. Crowd getting very vocal now. This is Sangster. So 20's out there. Is Tyler Doolan. Mears with the ball in the hand. And very dangerous Jake Mears. Tyler Doolan, I think this will be his first appearance since we did Friday night footy up at Dungog many moons ago. Very well cleaned up by McGregor. So Crushers will bring this out of their own territory again. This is Gossage. Heavy contact from Rowe. And now we've got a penalty.
Well, against possession. I'm not quite sure what that was for. Not yet anyway. Hasn't signalled.
A dodgy play the ball. Maybe not. The referee not signalling what it was for. So Doolan gets us underway. Sangster gets through one. Defence comes again. Wrapped up. 8 out from the Crushers line. Doolan at dummy half. Here's Rowe. Rowe dances back in field. The defence is there. Flicks it out the back. This is Daniels. Daniels. And the defence wraps him up. So still 5 out from the line. Here's Rowe. Kersley. Kersley looking for a runner. Finds Mears. It's a bit late on that play, I think, there, Jake Mears. Play's just getting a bit tangled now. Rowe again. Playing a lot of first receiver. Finds Sangster. Metre short from the line. Now the defence has come up too quick. That's a penalty to the students.
That's unlucky. They defended really well, Kersley, there. They threw a little bit at him, Uni, too. That was the classic Melbourne Storm play with Billy Slater folding around and didn't quite have the effect that it does at the Storm. But, yeah, they defended well that set. And now they've got to do it again.
Sangster. Solid contact. Sherlock is in the tackle. A metre out from the line. Doolan goes for himself. The Crushers' defence was awake. So Sangster will wait for it at dummy half. Got the line set both sides. They go to the right and it's gone to nobody, and Mears has knocked it on. It's a bit of an anticlimax there.
Yeah, they've done really well, Kersley, for a side with nothing really to play for. They've really had a crack tonight thus far, and they show that it would have been really easy for them to fold there and concede, but they've knuckled down and defended really well.
I'm not sure what's going on here, but Ethan Hodson's been waiting to get on the field for the last 20 minutes. He still can't get on the field. It's an outrage. He's getting cold. Get him a jumper. Get him something.
Please, yeah, it's embarrassing.
So the Crushers with the ball. This is Gossage.
He might be going on to replace the suspended, the sin bin Ridge Sherlock, I'd say. Tom Fields just walked to the sideline, so it looks like they're both going on at the same time. So he's finally got his day in the sun.
Siren will ring now. So the Crushers. Dunstan takes the tackle. Pringle at dummy half. Here's Hodson. His first hit up. Finally gets on the field.
Oh, it was worth it too. Have a look at that. Some good yards. He's found the knees. Up quick.
So the other short side. Pringle gets the kick away. It's a good one. Duggan's had to turn around. It's just going to be too much.
Oh, yeah, unlucky. That was good off the foot. But, he didn't get the bounce he needed. You only get a 7 tackle set. 7 minutes to go in the first half. So Kersley just need to knuckle down, maintain their position. They've done well to stay in the game for this long.
So just letting the viewers know, if you're watching the stream, the clock on your screen is just a guide. The score's right, 10-4. But the clock on your screen is just a guide, so we may be a couple of minutes out either way. This is Mears. Just gets on to halfway. Doolan goes for a run from dummy half. finds a charging Ben Remington. Remington gets away from a couple. Then they do a little bit of a dance out in the field. Eventually Hodson wraps him up. And now we get a penalty. And the referee's going to call somebody out here. Looks like it's...
He sent someone to the bin. I presume that was for dissent.
Well, looks like Thomas Hutton. Pretty sure he's the skipper. So Thomas Hutton is going to go to the bin for 10.
The world's tallest halfback is questioning the decision at the moment, but I can only imagine that's what it's for. He's given the crowd a bit of a spray as he goes too, which probably isn't helping his course. But
well, we got the tally at 3 in the bin. Just equal the record, I think, for Quizmasters Friday Night Football.
Geez, it obviously hasn't been around very long, Paul. NHRL very rarely go a game without a sin bin at some point.
So Doolan will get us back underway. This is Fields. 15 out from the Crushers line. Can they get another one before half time? In the headgear is Daniel Alex Neal. This is Johnny Rowe. Kersley. Charging onto
nice
it is
ball.
Bobby Jones. Can he get over? The Crushers are there in numbers. He's short of the line. Kersley at dummy half. It's a short pass, and I tell you what, he's over. Nick Goodfellow's over for his second try of the night. University get their third of the night, and it's 14-4 with a kick to come. Just short down the short side, and they come up with the points.
And good vision from Kersley on Kersley's left side, but that exact spot is where the sin bin player would normally have been defending. So he's really cost his team there. And again, the referee didn't signal, but I can only assume it was dissent, and it serves no purpose. I really don't understand that infringement, but that's what the referees decided. We said at the start of the game, former NRL referee, so we'd be very strict. He won't put up with any rubbish, and he didn't put up with it then. It's cost Kersley dearly.
So Tyler Kersley, looks like he's just finding out where he's going to take this kick from. I'm not sure where, oh, there he is. Referee Tom Aylett, I lost him in the background there. Just having a word to probably the new Crushers captain. Strikes it nicely. Touchies, they like it too. So University extend their lead, 16-4.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, Paul, that they've knuckled down and really tried hard. They haven't really got a lot in attack, it looks like, but defensively they've been really willing tonight. So that it's probably a little unfortunate for them. Whether or not that opens the floodgates for the second half, my suspicions are that it probably will. But we'll wait for the next few minutes of the first half.
Just waiting for the kicking tee to come out. It's out there now. Maybe NHRL can introduce a universal kicking tee. The referee just carries in the back pocket. Just drop it down for the restarts.
It would be innovational, but not unrequired, I've got to say. There's a few games this year where we've been sitting here waiting.
So, there we go. That's looks like a mistake there from Neil. No, he's just pinched another couple of metres, but the referee says no, go back. Let the ball come loose, but he's Rowe. Field. Bumping off would-be tacklers. Eventually brought down. They come this short side again. Rowe steps back inside. Gets away from Sherlock. Links up with Daniels. He's brought to ground. Kersley at dummy half now. They go the short side. This is Jones. Jones gets through. Jones, can he hold his feet? No, he can't. He's fallen to the ground, and The tackler there was Joshua Bryan. This is Neil. Neil dances around, gets through a couple of tackles as well. Bumping him off all ways, and he's just tripped over his own feet. There's a player down, oh, he's back to his feet. I thought he copped a bad knock there, but he's all right. Here's Kersley, puts it on the toe. No fullback at home, it's going to beat everybody. No, it's a try.
No, knock on, I think. Paulie's ruled.
Well, good. That was probably the best set of 6 that Uni's had. Made plenty of metres.
And again, they went to that right side where they're one short. They've also got one of their big fellas defending out there, so they're very, very susceptible, and I suspect they will be for the next probably 6 or 7 minutes of playing time.
Solid contact there. Jones and Field in the tackle, along with Daniels. Gossage at dummy half. Dale inside pass. So Bryan. So the Crusher just slowing things down now. An innovative kick over the top. It's been picked up and kicked again. The second kick, it's always dangerous. Is it going to pick up? No. Beats Pringle over the sideline.
And look, unlucky too. That was really well sided. The fullback was very deep. The little chip was perfectly placed. Got a great bounce as well, but they just couldn't execute the second kick. But yeah, good footy from Kersley.
So scrum will pack on the 10-metre zone. This is Quizmasters Trivia Friday night football, the last one for the Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League this year. And we thank Quizmasters Trivia for getting on board this year. We've pretty much been everywhere over the Hunter this year. We've been up to Dungog, Morisset, Aberglasslyn, Cardiff, Belmont North, Dudley a couple of times as well.
It's been a great innovation for the competition. And yeah, thanks very much to Quizmasters for coming on board. We hope to get you back next year.
Well, that's half time. And University will go in at half-time into the sheds, leading 16 points to 4. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second half here of Quizmasters Friday Night Footy. So welcome back here to Bernie Curran Oval here at Callaghan campus of Newcastle University. And it's the home side, 16-4. University up over the Kersley Crushers. So the visitors, the Kersley Crushers in the old Newcastle United. That hurt the ears then, Dave. You just picked up the microphone if you wondered what that rumble was.
Yeah, sorry about that, Paul. Not used to using the headphones. The manual microphone has been my object of use during the course of the season. Been handed the headphones tonight, so not only do I look like a fool, I sound like one.
So John Dale is about to get us underway for the second half. Wonder if his middle name's Aaron. Hello to my father, John Arundale, and happy birthday to my brother David. Just get a few plugs in there.
Well, thanks for explaining that, because I had no idea what you were talking about until you did.
So Tom Aylett gets us back underway. As long as somebody knows what I'm talking about. Oh, Mears has just let that bounce. And luckily there, Duggan was back there to clean it up. And now we've got a knock on. So, interesting start. We're going to go back to the middle of the ground for a line dropout. Not the best start for the students.
Oh, Kersley needed that. They're still going to have probably 5 or 6 minutes a man short. I was talking to the referee, actually, during the half-time break. I'll go back to that in a moment.
So, Aaron Hitchcock now on the charge. Bumps straight through. Good carry from Aaron Hitchcock. Pringle at dummy half. They go the short side. Sherlock. This is Hodson. And straight at Tyler Doolan. So come to the left again. Here's Dale. Well, looked like it was going to McGregor, but Daniel White takes it. So a good opportunity here for the Crushers to hit back. Dale, Hodson. Last tackle now for the Crushers. Pringle goes to the right-hand side, finds Dunstan. He puts it on the toe. McGregor's charging through. It's been cleaned up there by, looks like Mears, the fullback. It's always hard to pick the player when they pull the jumper over their heads, as Mitchell.
Pull them out, Todd. Pull them out.
Yeah, they've started the first half like they did the second half. Sorry, like they did the first. Kersley with plenty of intensity, plenty of venom. But that one man short, I suspect, will probably hurt them at some point. They've got a big gap right behind the ruck there, and they've got two big fellas defending either side of it. So Hayes, being a pretty good runner out of dummy half, is likely to expose that at some point.
So Kersley got the kick away and got hit late. He's all right. Oh. And Daniel White almost spilt that ball then. Now flirting with the sidelines, McGregor.
Oh.
Couple little sort of sneaky shots happening there. Here's Dale. Field tackles him. This is Gossage. So they go out to the right and it's been spilt. It's like Dunstan out there on that far side. Just put the ball down. He had a little bit of a look.
Yeah, they didn't need that. And just going back a couple of moments, I asked the referee at half-time why did he sin bin that the Kersley centre, and he said, well, I asked for the captain, and there was 5 blokes put their hand up as captain, and he said he was the closest one. I said, come over here. He said, I'm not the captain. And he said, well, you can go anyway. So I'm not really sure whether that explained it all, but that was an abridged version of what happened.
It must be a leadership group. So that's O'Brien. So Doolan looks up with Kersley. Kersley does a dummy, tries to get away from the tackle of White.
Hutton's just come back on the field now, so back to 13 on 13.
Doolan goes for a dance from dummy half, steps around a couple, pops the pass to Jones. Gossage is there. Jones gets the hands free, links up with Doolan again. This is Johnny Rowe. Goes out the back to Remington, who links up with O'Brien. O'Brien gets away from the tackle, still going. Combs is there to make the tackle. Also Peel. So a dance from dummy half. And Tyler Dooler is over. And University extend their lead. No. It was all too easy for the Seahorses there. Some good lead-up work. I thought they were going to score off the previous play. Then they made the tackle and just the defence was napping, and Doolan just goes over from dummy half. So it's now 20 points to 4.
Yeah, and the next probably 30-odd minutes is important in their season too, Paul. Assuming that they get away with a win here, then for and against becomes crucial. They're currently in 5th position in B grade, and if all 3 teams win, that's where they'll stay, unless they have a very healthy win here tonight.
So, Tyler Kersley. About a metre in from touch. As I said, a good crowd here tonight. Plenty of voice coming through as it's not a bad strike, but it's been waved away. Yeah, very good crowd in here at the University here at Bernie Curran Oval tonight. And it's good to see the Raymond Terrace Ravens. They hung around for this second game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate sometimes on Friday night footy with the positioning of the camera. It doesn't really give. They'll show the extent of the crowds. Certainly a couple of weeks ago at Belmont, we had a very, very big crowd.
So Pringle gets us back underway. That's a shout out to all the local city councils. Do up some of our grounds for the spectators that turn up to these local footies. Although University ground's pretty good. Can't complain. Doolan at dummy half. That's Daniels. This is Field. Oh, it looked like a high hit there from Sherlock.
Yeah, the referee's let it go.
This is Jones.
He's going to blow his whistle.
Jones pops it out to Mears. Mears gets away from one tackle. Sherlock, looks like every time he's making a tackle, he's just going for the head. Kearsey puts this high on the far corner. It's been spilt by Combs. McGregor's back there, and it's been picked up there by O'Brien, is it? The referee's just going to call a knock on.
Yeah, I think grounded in goal, maybe.
So we'll have a line goal dropout.
Yeah, that one went up so high, they almost had snow on it. And I must apologise for the lameness of that joke, but I was asked to say it.
Well, you're allowed one on Quizmasters Friday Night Footy.
I think I've had 3 or 4 tonight.
Well, be careful.
My quota.
Tom may put you in the bin. That's a good restart. 52 metres on the fly and keeps going. Thomas Field's back there to pick it up. Very good restart for the Crushers, but they give away a few with Field taking it back into their territory. Here's Johnny Rowe linking up with a very good pass here to Remington. He's ran hard. He links up with Rowe again. Finds Duggan. Out there's O'Brien. Still going is O'Brien. Pops the pass back to Rowe. Puts it on the toe. Kearsey's charging for it. He's going to pick it up and score.
That's the NHRL try of the year. I'm prepared to name it right now.
Tyler Kearsey, I thought, what was Johnny Rowe doing putting the kick in? But it's worked out. Super try from the Seahorses.
Yeah, good hands. They went to the left-hand side. They found plenty of space. And there was 3 or 4 times there it looked like it was going to get shut down, but they just managed to pop that pass. And I'm with you. I couldn't really see the value of the kick at first, and then Kearsey turned up from nowhere. Another try to Uni. Like I said, I'm prepared to nominate that one for try of the year straight up.
So Tyler Kersley, probably his easiest conversion of the night. Just look behind me, and Joshua Bryan, he's got the bag with him. It doesn't look like he's going to play any more part in tonight's game, the back row for the Crushers. Unless he turned up late and he's just gone back to the car to pick it up, which is probably understandable. So Kersley makes no mistake. So it's now University 26. Lead the Crushers 4 here on Quizmasters Trivia Friday Night Footy.
Go with Mustache converted his own try or their own try, 26 points to 4.
So the semi-finals start next week. A couple of Friday night games as well. They're not being broadcast, unfortunately, but if you're a person out there who wants to sponsor Newcastle and Hunter Rugby League, well then get in contact with the Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. Simple as that. McGregor gets us back underway. Mears takes it well. And Field will take the hit up. Strong carry. Strong hit there from Ryan Evans too. So Rowe steps back inside. Pringle's got him. Still trying, still wrestling. Sherlock comes in and helps him. Eventually the referee calls help. This is Jones. Jones always breaks through the first tackle. Eventually Daniel White wraps him up. So Mitchell. Just over the 40-metre line. They go to the left-hand side again. Johnny Rowe will put this on the boot, but McGregor's there to catch it. Jared McGregor is wrapped up there by Ben Remington. So Coimbs will go for a scamper from dummy half, then pops it back to McGregor. Possibly could have been forward, but referee says not. Now McGregor's a bit slow, a bit ginger after that tackle. Might have been feeling the effects from the last tackle, and that's the last thing he wanted to do was to take the ball.
Yeah, he's had a mixed game. McGregor, he's run the ball well as he has a tendency to do, but his hands tend to let him down at times. Now I'm looking at the Kersley bench, and there's only one left, and that's Ethan Hodgson. He's lining up to go on to replace the fullback. I don't know whether he would be my choice to play that particular position.
He used to be a fullback back in his junior days, he was telling me.
Yeah, okay. Well, not sure how long ago that was.
So solid contact there. Mitchell. This is Sherlock. Pringle at dummy half. Evans, out the back it goes. This is Dale. Dale trying to get around the defence, but Kersley makes a good tackle around the boots. Hutton. Pringle. Put this on the toe. Mears is back there to field it. The defence is coming across. McGregor's there, bumps away from him. Pringle's there, got the jersey. He's still wrestling there, Mears, but eventually he'll take the tackle.
Did a good job there, Pringle. He was caught with the ball late. He was the kicker. He was the last Kersley man, and he made the tackle. So suggests there's probably a little bit of clock off might have occurred in some of the Kersley guys. Pringle's still having a go, but I'm not sure the rest of them are.
So Mitchell, solid contact there from Dunstan. This is Field. That brought the crowd to their feet. Heavy contact again. Kersley now gets a wobbly boot away. McGregor's back there to field it. The defence is coming down. Rowe makes first contact, and then Remington's there over the top. So McGregor, he looks like he's recovered from that earlier bump. Remington makes 2 tackles in a row. That one on Combs. Coimbs. Sherlock met heavily there by Kersley and also Field in the tackle.
Yeah, I think they've got him. They've got eyes for him, Paul, every time he touches the ball. Oh, well, maybe not anymore. I think he might have some problems, Rich Sherlock.
What a stupid play from Rich Sherlock.
Well, I did say in the first half when there was a melee, I thought 10 minutes would have been enough, but I'd be very, very surprised if someone doesn't sit out for the night. And that would be the 13 from Kersley.
So he just lined him up. I don't even know if he connected.
Well, I don't think he did, but there was a lot of intent.
So I was only joking about a busy night on the judiciary next week, but
You never joke about those things.
looks like you can book yourself in for Wednesday night.
He's called out the captain, and it is Ridge Sherlock that's been called.
So Aylett just sends Ridge Sherlock off the field. And it's good night and the end of his season.
No alternative there, Paul. That was I'm loath to condemn, but it looked like a cheap shot from here, and the video will tell all. Thankfully, we've got the cameras here tonight, so we're not relying on the testimony of the referees alone, but it certainly did not look like a good one live.
A pretty silly play, and now his teammates are going to play a man down for the rest of the night. Now, Ben Remington's been called out here too. Oh, he's the acting standing skipper at the moment. It's Jared Clark. Clark and Sherlock. And Clark's going to spend 10 minutes in the bin.
Did you get 10 or cent, Rich?
So, Sherlock and Clark have been at each other all night.
He's been sent off twice.
So, 4 in the bin, 1 sent off. We have a new record here on Quizmasters Friday Night Football. So we'll go back to the spot, and Tom Aylett will award the penalty to University, you would expect. Again, the players get a couple of minutes rest, and again, Ethan Hodson waits on the sideline to get on the field. Unbelievable. So, waiting for the ball to return. So we're back underway. It's Jack Mitchell charges to the line. He could be over. Inches from the line. Doolan at dummy half. Kersley out to Jones. Jones steps back inside. Pringle makes a desperation tackle. And the defence comes to help him out. Jones still wrestling. Eventually goes to ground. Doolan goes to short side. Kersley cut out pass. Young just had to take it. But he spilt the ball over the line. So the Crushers will soak up a bit more time here, but Dale wants a quick restart.
Well, they're not soaking it up. They want to get straight back into it, and credit to them. 7 tackle set. Well, made all the effort of getting there quickly, and then took all the time in the world to do it, to play the ball. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but anyway.
So Gossage from dummy half. Dunstan. There to, can't quite pick up that jersey. So they go to the short side. Dunstan inside pass. Looking up with Peel. Gets the ball at 3. Dunstan's still going. So that'll got a bug in the mouth then. Just trying to get those words out.
And we've
got a penalty.
We've got Ethan Hodgson. As we had in the first half, doing laps of the sideline. I reckon he's been doing it for the last 10 minutes and it still hasn't got on.
I told you I'd mention him in the commentary, but I didn't think I'd be mentioning him about being on the sideline as it's play on his Peel, Bailey Peel. Actually, it's Aaron Hitchcock. So Pringle waits for it to dummy half. Body's getting tangled up. They go to the right-hand side. Gossage was a cut-out man. And it looks like they're over. Kersley get their second try of the night. The referee points to the spot. And the Crushers hit back with 12 men. So the Crushers get their second of the night. And, well, University just turned off there for a moment. Excuse me. So Dunstan be just waiting for the kicking tee. Comes from the ball boy now. Dunstan will just take his time here. Pretty popular man here tonight, Dave Wild. You got the headset and the microphone on and everyone wants to talk to you. What's going on?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not good news, but a little bit of mayhem in the crowd and some associated team staff. So something else I'll have to deal with on Monday. But yeah, for the moment, hopefully there's no more dramas and we get through the rest of this game unscathed.
So meanwhile, Dunstan lines this one up. Strikes it nicely and adds the extra, so it's now 26 points to 10. And the Seahorses will bring this back for the restart. So Kesey will get us back underway. And straight down, McGregor will take this pretty well, and Hitchcock will charge onto it. Very good run. Gets up to the 20-metre zone. So they go onto the short side. Gossage charges onto it like a front rower. It's met in return by Jake Daniels. So Dale runs to the line. His opposite numbers there. He pops the pass out to Dunstan. So the Crushers getting a bit of a roll on here. Is Cody Peel with the ball now. He'll eventually take it. Wrapped up 5 short of halfway. This is Evans. Fourth tackle now for the Crushers. In the University territory again. Dale. Nice pass, but it's gone to ground. Thomas Hutton charged onto it. The defence hit him. The ball come loose, so we'll have a scrum. University feed.
Well done, Johnny, well done. Good boy, Tommy.
So, University with another opportunity. Crushers down to 12 men at the moment. As we go play on here. O'Brien is met heavily by Combs. Still trying to go. Braden O'Brien is eventually wrapped up.
Guys.
So O'Brien. So just inside Kersley territory now. 45 out from the line. Here's Jones. Runs to the line, gets the ball the way to Remington. It's been picked up here by Aaron Combs. It goes to ground. And we'll have another scrum feed. So it'll be University feed though.
Yeah, about 20 minutes to go, Paul. So we just unfortunately had to go duck away to act in my more official role, just temporarily, relative to what we spoke about a few moments ago. Hopefully that won't happen again in the next 20 minutes, but we'll see how we go.
I'm just hoping the referee doesn't call any more time off. The temperature's dropped another 5 or so degrees. It's Daniels. It's met heavily by the defence. They drive him back a couple of metres.
I think we set world records at Belmont there a couple of weeks ago. That'll never be broken.
So Jaden Wheeler's on the field now in jersey 14. Gives it to Jones. Jones bumps away from 1 and 2. Still going, eventually brought to ground. Daniel White's a bit groggy in back play. They go to the left-hand side. Wheeler goes himself from dummy half. Pops the pass back into Rowe. And I think he's got there, the 5'8". Johnny Rowe's over. Uni get another try. and it's now 30 points to 10.
Yeah, starting to run a bit right now, and they'll run away with it. And as I said earlier on, 5 or 10 minutes ago, that for and against will be fairly crucial in this division. So the next 10 or 15 minutes for Uni could dictate 3rd, 4th, or 5th position.
So Kersley will have another attempt here at goal. His kicking boots have been pretty good tonight. Or 50% anyway, or just under 50%.
You're a good boy.
Be somewhat self-indulgent, and wish a happy birthday to my nephew. Happy 18th during the week, young James, and also a happy birthday to my own son, Isaac, who turns 15 tomorrow. Just while we're waiting for Tyler to take the kick.
Well, it's been a birthday of fun tonight.
It is indeed.
A couple of records here on Quizmasters Trivia Friday Night Footy. Kersley has the extras.
11, but
So 32 to 10.
but that's 12 players.
So the Crushers taking their time with the restart this time around.
And I'm just struggling to see whether Ethan Hodgson has actually got onto the field. Is he?
Yeah, he's out there in the centre of the paddock.
So he is. I'm not sure how I missed him the first time. Anyway.
So John Dale gets us back underway. The short restart, it's not a bad one, but very well done by Jake Daniels. Thinking of something else.
Yeah, he made that mistake a couple of times. Probably subliminally, Paul, actually. I don't know whether you noticed, but I'm with you. Thoughts on other things?
So Wheeler at dummy half. This is Rowe. Side pass to Sangster. Hard man to put to the ground, but eventually he's held. So they go out to the left-hand side again. Yeah, the short side. Rowe links up with O'Brien. So he goes back to Rowe. Kersley will put this on the boot. It's a wobbly old kick. It's going down. White, well, I thought he took it, but it's hit. Oh, it's been spelt and it's been picked up. And we have a try to Nick Goodfellow. And University, well, get another one, and that's pretty much good night for the match.
Yeah, that was a series of errors that he never looked like taking that Kersley winger and just made a mess of it. And then once he made a mess of it, couldn't clean it up, and they tripped over each other, and University picked up the ball and scored what will be the easiest try they'll score all year. That was Thomas Hutton. Oh, sorry, Nick Goodfellow from the University side. And they're improving that for and against as I keep raising. I haven't got the figures in front of me, but I'm sure what they're doing tonight won't hurt their position in terms of next week.
I think that's a hat-trick too for Nick Goodfellow. So he's had a good night.
He's a good fella.
I was waiting for the pun. I thought about delivering it, but I thought better. But,
that's a dad joke if ever I've heard one.
So Tyler Kersley in front of the clubhouse side. Strikes it nice. As a further 2 points to the University tally. It's now 38 to 10. So as I said, this is the last Friday night footy for the year here on Bar TV Sports. I thank all the clubs that have jumped on board this year. And said we've a couple of trips up to Dungog. We've been to Aberglasslyn, Morisset, Belmont, Cardiff, a couple of times at Dudley. I think this is our third trip here at University.
Well, I'm on debut personally here. I'm not sure who did those games with you, although I did watch them. My memory doesn't span that far to remember who called the games with you.
So back underway is Clark, just charges onto him. Very good run there from the restart from the back rower. As Young goes for a scamper from dummy half, pinches another 8 or so metres. This is Jones. Always bumps away from one. He's still going. Bobby Jones pops the pass out to Rowe. It's been picked up here by O'Brien. He's flying down the sideline, but the defence comes and wraps him up. Duggan waits for it at dummy half to Rowe. Here's Jones again. Here's Clark. He'll just put the ears back. He's still going, Clark. Quick play the ball to Wheeler. Here's Kersley. Cut out pass. Nick Fellow gets number 4. Oh, he just charged onto that one. And it's just all too easy now for the Seahorses.
Yeah, that man down late in the season. Your team is really let your teammates down. For the last 20-25 minutes, you've got to play with 12 men against a side who's probably the form team in the competition, realistically. The last 5 on the trot, as I said earlier on, this will make it 6. So heading into the semi-finals, they've found a little purple patch and a couple of blokes who've set a fair whack of the season on the sideline. Jared Clark being one of them. Thomas Fields, a late registration. Tyler Kearsey spent a lot of time. Hayes, the hook, has been out injured for vast amounts of the season. They're all back, they're all fit, and they're all firing. So on the form they've displayed tonight in the last few weeks, they'll give the competition, even if they don't make the top 3, a fair shake.
Oh, it's coming around, but it hits the upright, so it remains 42-10. So just as I mentioned before, we've done a few games, we've been everywhere. Shout out to all the co-commentators that have helped out throughout the year. Peter Hudson up at Dungog, yourself, Dave Wild, Matt Spohr, Vader Shaw, Talia Buckton here earlier on for the Ladies League tag. Gabby Miller made the debut earlier on in the season.
I must say, whilst it was a step out of the comfort zone, I've quite enjoyed the experience. So I really hope we get the opportunity again next year.
And from Dora Creek, we had Joan Comedy last week down at Morisset. So we thank all the co-commentators. So this is Evans. Crushers looking for one more try to end 2018. The other short side, Dunstan. Hutton gets away from one, trying to get away from the other tackles, but Neal's hanging on to him. Pringle at dummy half. Dunstan again. Goes himself, does a dummy to nobody. Jones doesn't fall for it. Evans. Clark makes the tackle. Was that a shout out for a pie? It's not been deflected. It's been picked up. Evans is over. But he must be short. Oh, thought he was over for all money there. Pringle. Hodson.
I'll give it to him. Come on. He deserves it for all his
Hodson
laps.
spinning around. Is he going to get it down? It's over. Ethan Hodson gets a try. And that's his first one for the year.
That's made my season.
Well, Ethan Hodson scores the try, but one of his teammates is down in back play. I think it might be Ryan Evans. He got close to the play before.
I think he's taken the kick too. Oh no, he's handed the kicking duties over. He's had enough. One run will do me, fellas.
So the Crushers get one more try. Ethan Hodson. So it looks like it's going to be Matthew Gossage. He'll have the shot at goal. I might deliberately leave that out of the highlights just to spite him.
Oh, you couldn't do it.
Walshy last year. Do you remember Walshy last year? Walshy walked around for like an hour just naked after he did it.
So Gossage, didn't think that was going to get there. Just scrapes it through.
Good boy, T.
So Kersley take their tally to 16. University well in charge, 42 to 16. Another shallow restart was picked up by Dale. Slow play the ball, so we're just counting down the minutes here till full time. Now we've got a strip, so the Crushers might have another chance to post another 4-pointer. So that goes over the cameraman, almost into the pie shed. Oh, he's taken it off the mark, so we'll go back to the mark. It's pretty hard sometimes for the players to pick up the lines with also the rugby lines, but making excuses for him there. It's right on halfway. He should be able to pick that one up.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they got that wrong. Anyway.
This is Hutton.
Good boy, Tommy.
That's Pringle. Oh, Hutton now has a go at Kersley, so we could have another one in the bin here. He's already spent 10 in the bin tonight, Thomas Hutton.
Yeah, only a few metres away from us, that one, Paul, and Tyler Kersley baited him, and he fell for it, hook, line and sinker.
So Kersley will kick us downfield a bit further. So the crowd are into him.
Yeah, it's starting to warm to it, the crowd. It's normally quite a sedate one at Uni, but they are starting to fire up a little bit from both sides.
Well, ball boy, he did well then. He ran to put the ball back into play and slid over and lost a bit of his lemonade. Might have to go up and see the Uni president, see if he can get a refund or a refill. Here's Jones. Gets the pass away again to Neil. Neil still going, gets away from a couple of tackles. Eventually he's wrapped up, 20 out. Wheeler at dummy half. Inside pass to Sangster. It's Pringle and Hitchcock in there to make the tackle. This is Kersley. Long cutout pass to Jones. He must score. Bobby Jones is over. Another try to the Seahorses. Now University 46 to 16.
Yeah, they're really running away with it now. I reckon we've got 5 or 6 minutes to go, and I'm looking at the Kersley guys. Well, half of them haven't even got to the pack yet, so they've clocked out for the night. I think they'll be happy for Mad Saturday.
Mad Saturday.
I'm not sure I ever had one of them, but had plenty of Saturdays and Mondays. Never a Saturday.
So it's been a great performance by University tonight. Certainly in good form for the semi-finals next week up at Raymond Terrace, Lakeside Complex. So we urge all your supporters of all your local footy teams to get up to Raymond Terrace next Saturday. We've got a massive day of football. Kersley strikes it beautifully, straight over the sticks. 48 to 16 now. Also, there's a couple of games on Friday night too up at Lakeside. So
yeah, I've got the B grade tag and the North Pool games next weekend, which will be 1v2 and 3v4. So there'll be some good games of footy, both for men's and ladies. So get along, have a look. And of course, a full deck on Saturday. 14 games on Saturday, and the same format the following week. So heaps of footy up at Terrace for the next couple of weeks.
So they go for another short restart. Dale's going to get to it. Took a turn around there. Not sure what happened there. There's a player down the foreground.
there's a sniper somewhere because he's just hit the deck as soon as he took off from halfway. I'm not sure what happened.
Fabian Dunson's in all sorts of trouble here, and the referee's just going to call time off. So he's up on his feet. I'll tell you what, he's going to try and walk it out. So back in the old day, they used to have the magic sponge and just go out there and
how good was
give him
that?
a soak of that, and then all right.
I don't know what was in it, but it worked.
That could be an initiative that NHRL could bring back next year, the magic sponge.
Well, I'm not sure whether that's permissible these days, but unfortunately.
So Evans will play it. Hitchcock.
Ethan Hodgson's going to go for a double here.
There's a big opportunity. Pringle waiting an age.
Oh, he'd be
He
filthy.
goes to
They've
the wrong
gone the wrong
side.
way.
Pringle. So they go to the right-hand side again. Dale pops it out there to, that's Cody Peel. And we've got a handover. I didn't realise that was the last tackle
That
there.
was a very quick set of 6.
Could be, well, we won't have ball gate, or what do you call it, set of 6 gate there. Jared Clark. Just eating up the minutes here. Here's Neil. Gets around one again. Dancing around, the big back rower. Still going. He's got away from about 4 tacklers.
He's been good off the bench.
Eventually he's buckled over. And we'll play this 45 out from their own line. This is Clark again. Oh, that pass looked a bit forward.
Well, that's a penalty. I think that was about 1.5 yards forward. And we were right in line with it. Good decision by the referee, except, well, I'm not sure the last time I saw a penalty for a forward pass, but if you're going to blow one, you probably could have blown it then.
So we're winding down the end of the final moments of this match. So here we go again. John Dale puts it on the toe, and it's been, well, charged down, you could say, by Mears, and John Dale's picked it up again. Pringle at dummy half. This is Dunson. Looks like he's recovered.
Wow.
He may not have.
I reckon
May not after that.
Well, he's getting a penalty. I thought there was a bit of Faye Dunaway about that. I'm going back some decades when I say that, but I've had a little bit of poetic license about it, put it that way.
I thought you meant Faye Dingaway. Pringle gets us underway again. This is Evans. So is there a chance for one more? Here's Gossage. Made a few hard runs, the winger.
He has. He's certainly not shy when it comes to that.
He's Dunson. Long pass.
I don't know
It's
where
gone
that's
over the
gone.
head. Oh, it's been cleaned up here. It's O'Brien. I'll tell you what, if he got a lucky bounce there, he was home. Here's another good run here.
See Tom Field making some. Oh, they've gone the other way.
O'Brien. This is Rowe. This is Daniels. Rowe again, been very busy, the 5'8". So is this man, Field. So they go the left-hand side. Rowe puts it on the toe, into the corner. Tell you what, Coimbs got a lucky bounce there, you could say, in the end. So McGregor will go from dummy half, and that'll be the last play of the match. And the last play of Quizmasters Friday Night Football here on Bar TV Sports. University running out winners 48 points to 16. Dave Wild, thanks for being in commentary.
Yeah, and, pleasure.
Thanks for your contributions all over the year, throughout the year. It gets pretty hard up here in the cold, but I hope you enjoy the coverage. And as I say, if you want to get behind Newcastle Hunter Rugby League, you want to see more of it on Bar TV Sports, or get in contact with the admin or Bar TV Sports, and we'll try and bring you some more this year and in 2019. Well, it's almost time for us to get out of here. Players and the spectators are leaving the ground. I hope you enjoyed it. This is Paul Arundel and Dave Wild signing out. And thanks to Dale, our cameraman, Pabs back in the studio. We'll catch you next year, hopefully, for more Friday night football of Newcastle Hunter Rugby League. Good night.